Cable management is to PC builders what Star Trek Nemesis is to next-gen fans. Everyone knows it exists, but no one really likes talking about it. Yet, if you keep watching, I'll give you 5 tips that will help you turn that electrical fire waiting to happen into something you're actually proud of. What's up everyone, Erik here, and welcome to Hardware for Gamers. For those of you who are new to the channel, I release new videos every week on PC cases, CPU coolers, and PC case fans. So if you end up liking this video, can you please hit that like button? It does help out a lot. And if this isn't your first time to the channel, welcome back. It's nice to see you again. Now, just to let you know, these tips are ranked, but there could be some interchangeability on the rankings based on your experience. Tip number 5, minimize the cables in the build. This is referring more so to the power supply. You'll want to use a semi-modular or a fully modular power supply and not a non-modular power supply. Having all those extra cables to deal with is really annoying, and it's just really nice not to have them. Now this tip can also extend to other things like cable extensions. Adding cable extensions to the front of the system does make it look much nicer, but it does also add a lot of extra cables to the back end of the system. You may also want to think about the storage drives you're using, M.2 versus SATA 3 meaning, because if you use an M.2 drive, you won't have to deal with the SATA power and SATA data cables, so you're just, again, making it much easier on yourself. Even the types of fans you use can make a big difference, because if you are new to PC building, you might not actually know that RGB and ARGB fans likely have 2 cables, which again need to go somewhere. And I'm not saying you can't have or use these things, but these things do add up very quickly. Tip number 4, using reusable ties. I recommend using Velcro straps and twist ties to hold the cables where you want them, because as you're building the system, this will make it far easier to reroute or add cables to those runs. And you'd only want to use zip ties at the end, if at all. Tip number 3, planning. Before you start, you should think about what you're doing and when to do it. So thinking of things like, how many fans will I have? Can I install the fans first? Where are the fan connectors going? What's the best way to run the front I/O? And where's the easiest place to put the storage drives? Things like that. Spending 5 minutes like this before you start can help cut down on the total time drastically. Tip number 2, the case. Buying the most expensive or an expensive case won't necessarily make cable management easier. In some cases, it actually makes it worse. And this is why watching case reviews is so important. You'll want to take note on how much room there is behind the motherboard tray, the number of cable cutouts around the motherboard tray, the size of those cutouts, are there any cable runs, how well do the cable runs work, and how many cable tie-off points are there. Now I understand buying a case with these things in mind can seem a little silly, but small little things like this can help a lot. And finally, tip number 1, the most important tip, take your time. Because if you spend less than 5 minutes on cable management, it's going to look like you spent less than 5 minutes on cable management. There's no magic wand or special sauce. You're going to need to put in some time. How much time will depend on how well you follow these other tips. Well, that's all I got for this one. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're still watching, maybe hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified whenever I drop a new video. Please follow me on Twitter at HFG_YT. I also have a Discord server. It is completely free to join. The link is down in the description. You might want to check out these videos here. I got maybe the overclocking video and or the undervolting video, something along those lines that can help you with your system. And as always, thank you for watching and see you next time.